可以听到。你把那个声音打开，到时候可能能听到。Hello, hello everyone. Can you hear my voice? Okay, if everything is fine, and we will just start today's training about our enterprise solution platform. So today I will spend half of the time introducing the basic knowledge of our enterprise solution platform, and the second half of the time I will show you with our demo device, our demo platform, to show you how to configure everything. So firstly, let me give you an overview about the enterprise solution platform of LifeSmart. So our LifeSmart enterprise platform is a very powerful software platform that allows users to manage their smart devices on a large-scale application scenarios for such as enterprise buildings and apartment buildings, and also the hotels or for the nursing homes. And this software is able to set scenes to control lights or plugs or other devices, and can allocate these devices to different regions or areas, and users can be created on the platform, and different users can have different authorities of areas or different devices. And the platform can also form up a table about the history data of devices, such as the environmental sensor. It can display the history data of the temperature or the humidity, and so this will provide an intuitive chart for the operator to see the history data. And we can also provide customization services on the platform according to the specific project requirements. So, for example, the UI, the layout of the platform, or some special functions that is required by the project. We can always provide such kind of customizations for these different scenarios. So what this enterprise solution platform can do. So here is a diagram, shows all the functions that this platform can deal with. So firstly, it can display all the devices that has been linked to the platform, almost all the devices, such as switches and sensors, also the fan coil panels, etc. And besides the device, you can also create different groups, including different devices on the platform. Hello, can you hear my voice? Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear my voice now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Thank you.
All right, I see. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. So today I will spend half of the time introducing the enterprise platform, the basic knowledge of the enterprise solution platform. And for the second half of the time, I will introduce I will use my current platform software to introduce the configuration of the platform. So part two and part three are for you guys to read and to check after the training and by yourselves. So I will not introduce more about the part two and part three. So first part, I will give you an overview of the enterprise solution platform, about what it is and generally what it can do. So the LifeSmart enterprise solution platform is a software-based platform, and it is a very powerful software that can allow users to manage their smart devices on a large scale scenarios, such as the enterprise building, the apartment buildings, and also the hotels, and the nursing homes. And the software can also set scenes to control the lights or plugs or these different devices to save energy and labor cost. And it can also the platform can also create a data chart about the history data to display the to intuitively display the data to the operator. So, for example, the cube environmental sensor, according to its history data, the platform can display a chart with the temperature and the humidity, for example, to the operator, so that the user can see how the temperature or humidity changes during the past day. And the platform can also receive notifications from devices with the sensors when something is triggered. And we also provide customization services to the clients according to their specific project requirements. So such as the layout change, or to add some more specific functions according to the project requirements. So next, so this is a diagram about what this enterprise solution platform can do. So basically, the first thing it can do is it can display all the devices on the platform. So for the users, they can check the status or to trigger the device very easily on the platform. So devices can be controlled or can be viewed as, for example, the switches and the plugs, and also the sensors, etc. A user can also create groups with different devices, so that they can allocate different devices into a group. So, for example, the office area. So the user can put all the devices belong to that office and to form up a group. And every time they can just control the office to control the devices, or to allocate this office to specific users. And the third part is the authority management. So So we can create different authorities for different users. So for example, the admin user has the highest um, authority. So it can so so he can do everything, do the modifications or to check the devices on the platform. And for the staff or for the employees, and we don't want everyone to have this modification authority, and so that we can just set the employees to be a viewer. So these these guys can only check the status of the devices on the platform. And log tracking. So the platform can also create a log about different events, such as the device operations or the user operations, and also the notifications logs. So with these logs, the operator can just check what happened in the past very easily. And this platform can also create can create a visualized charts with different devices. So for example, the like I mentioned before, the temperature chart or the humidity chart, or maybe the electricity consumption chart. So these can all be created by the platform. And in order to have a whole set of system with the platform, so as you can see on the right hand side, this black box, this is our enterprise platform hardware. So with one of these hardware units, it can deal with 50 smart stations and about 2,000 accessories. So these accessories, including all the sub devices that has been added to these 50 smart stations. But if you want to have more stations in your project, for example, if your project is like have 100 smart stations in your project, and in this case, you should apply more licenses of the smart stations from us, and we will allow this software to be able to deal with 50 smart stations. But if you want to have even more stations in the project, such as 500, for example, 500 smart stations in your project, and in this time, this black box is not able to deal with the hardware. This hardware black box is not able to deal with such so many smart stations. And in this case, there are two solutions. So firstly, you can purchase the cloud server from the third-party cloud service companies, such as Amazon and some other companies. You can apply so you can purchase the cloud service from them, and to deploy our platform's software into the cloud service, and so that to deal with this this many smart station number. Or you can also purchase the server hardware by yourself, and so we will give you some suggestions about what kind of hardware you will be required to deal with 500 smart stations, and you just purchase the hardware by yourself and to install our platform software. And in this way, you can also to manage 500 smart stations. Okay, so this is the first part that I want to introduce to you guys. And for the second and third parts, you can just check the slides after training. I will not introduce more about these parts. And for the rest of the time today, I will introduce the configurations with our platform software. So just please wait a moment. I will change my presentation in a minute. Okay, so this is this is a platform that in our office. This is a test environment of our office, and as you can see, our enterprise platform actually it has two web pages that you can visit. So most of the configurations are or the management are carried out on the web page of the web page of the server. So the first thing that you receive the platform hardware is to set the IP address of the hardware on the local interface of the hardware server, and then you can just visit the IP address remotely if you are in the same network with the platform, and you can just use the IP address of the platform to visit the server very easily. So as you can see, you will have two interfaces about the server. So this gray and black interface is the so-called the backend interface. So in this interface, the first thing that you will need to log into the server. So the default user is admin, and the password is also admin. So if I use the administrator account to log into the server, so you will see an interface like this, and currently our platform just supports the Chinese and English these two languages. So the language of these two backend and front-end interface, they will follow your browser's language. So if you want to change it to English, and you just need to change your web browser's language to be English. And the first option in the backend in this backend interface is the dashboard. So the dashboard will show some parameters of the like the version of the system, and the number of the smart stations, and number of resource mapping, and number of groups. These kind of parameters, and this user management, and also is for you to create the user, and or to delete, or to manage the user. And department management is for you to create different departments in this server, so that to let different users, and you can create roles of different roles, such as the operator or the viewer. So the operator can control and also can view the devices, but for the viewer role, it can for the viewer, so user with this role, they can only view the interface or to view the devices. They cannot do operations with the devices. And station management in this menu, it mainly so you can see, so you can check the status of all the smart stations that has been added. So currently this server is empty, so no smart station has been added. So you can see in this menu all of these contents are empty. And resource mapping. So this interface is also for you to check all the resources that has been mapped. And group management. So it's for you to manage all the groups that you have created, or you can also create different groups here. So for the users and the departments and groups, we will recommend to create these three three things in the front end platform that we will introduce later. So a very important part of the backend platform interface is the authorization info. So in this page, so it will display the information like the delivery time and the name and this kind of authorization information of this device. And if you slide down, there will be a QR code of this platform. So if you want to add a smart station to the platform, you will need to scan the QR code. You will need to scan the QR code of the server on the LifeSmart app, so that a smart station can be added to the server. So now I will try to add my smart station to the platform to show you as an example. So now you can see the station management is empty, and if I open the QR code, and I will operate on my app to scan the QR code. So after you scan the QR code, you will be required to input the IP address of your smart station of the server. So the server is just the platform. So you are actually be required by the IP address of the platform. Okay, I just scan the code and input the necessary information. And if we just wait a few minutes to wait for the station to come back. Okay. I think the station is still trying to connect to the server. So please just wait a moment.
扫码之后不是进入指挥中心吗？
对啊。
对啊。
你现在扫码呀？我去给你扫一下。Okay, so please just give me minutes. We'll check the network situation because it seems Smart Station has not been connected yet. So All right, so the staging has just come online. So sometimes if you have found that the staging has not been online for after you scan the code, so you will need to restart to reboot the station first, and after the reboot, and just refresh the web browser, and the station will come online. So and now you can see the in the station management page, and so this is the ID of Smart Station that I have been just added, and you can click the device details to check all the sub devices that has been added to the station. Okay, and this app token management. So this is an option for some clients that they will need to do some development based on our enterprise platform. So we will provide this kind of API interface documents for them, and with this API, so they can create so they can use our enterprise solution platform, the functions of our server, and so it's just like to integrate our server into their app. So this app token management menu is for this kind of clients to create the app token and app key, so that they can call the API on their own software or platform. So after we have added the Smart Station, and the next thing that we want to do is we want to go to the front end menu. So let me log out. So this is the front end platform page, and still I will log in with the admin account. So after you log in, you will see on the left hand side there will be two options: the group and the resource and system and operation log. So as we have added the Smart Station to the platform server, and definitely we will need to use the resources of the Smart Station to do the management of the Smart Station. So we will go to the resource page. In the resource page, you will see two types of resource. The first is the logic resource, and second is physical resource. So the physical resource is just like the physical devices of the devices that has been added to the Smart Station. So if you go to physical resources, you will see this is the Smart Station that we have added. We have just added to the platform. And if you click it, you will see all the sub-devices that has been added, like the general controller and the motion sensor and the water leak sensor, etc. So all of these are the physical resources of the Smart Station. And we can, if you click the maintain, we can also query the Smart Station config, and also do some reboots or the upgrade of the Smart Stations. And you can also to allow or enable or disable the Smart Station to visit to the cloud server or not. And you can also disable the enterprise service. So disable enterprise service means that the platform server will cut off the connection with this smart station. And because right now our platform is not able to delete a smart station that has been added. So if you want to disable smart station that has been connected already, so you will need to go you want to use this disable enterprise service option. So this is a physical resource, and we will need to map the physical resource to the logical resource so that we can use the devices to create groups or to be used in the departments. So if you go to logic resource, in the beginning it will be empty. So we will need to create the logic resources first. To create a logic resource, you want to click the create, and it will ask you to choose a smart station. So we choose a station that has been added, and here it will list all the resources that are available. So for example, so you can check this check if a resource is available by checking the status. So if it is idle, then you can use it. So here I will choose some of the resources for an example, such as the motion sensor. So for this motion sensor, it has different abilities. So we called these parameters as the abilities of a physical device. So such as the motion. The motion is an ability of the motion sensor, and brightness to determine the illuminance of the environment, or the voltage of the motion sensor itself is also an ability. So here I will choose some of the devices to do the resource mapping. All right. After I have selected these resources, if I click create, and if I do a continue create, so you will see these resources that have already been selected. They will show as an occupied status, and so they cannot be created again. So the resources can the logical resources can just be created once. If I go back, and now in logic resource, I will have all the abilities of these devices to be added, such as the plug. I can just turn on or turn off directly on the platform. And I can also check the real-time status of the abilities like humidity and temperature of the environmental sensor, etc. And now I have created the logic resources. And the next thing that I want to introduce is the user. So we will need to create users to use this to use these devices, or to operate on these devices. So we will need to go to the system employee, and we can add different users. So for example, here I want to create a user, and the email and the photo number can just be leave empty, and the initial password will be 123456, and I will not change that. And in the bottom you will see the status of this user. So if you select normal, then this user can log into the front-end interface directly and to do the operations or to view the devices. If you choose it to be locked, then this user is not allowed to log into the to the platform. So here I select normal, and I will confirm. So now you can see a user has been created here. So this admin is the default account of this platform, and it has the highest authority of everything. So if I have created a user, next thing I will need to go to a group to create a group that will include these logic resources I have created. So if I go to group, I have I give an ID. This ID can be a random number, and give a name. I say, so I want to create a group of sensors. Category, and select the working space. So, and now you can see a group of sensors, and I will keep creating a second group. Call it office sensors. I choose the parent group of sensor 1 that I've just created. Space. So now you will see I have created two groups, and the office sensors is belong to the sensors group. And to add these logical resources into a group, just click modify members and choose the category as add logical resources. If you click that, it will display all the logical resources that are available. So here, if I choose these sensors, okay, I want these sensor resources to be added to this group. So I just choose these logical resources that I've created, and I click submit. Okay. If I go back now and click the office sensors, you see I will see all the all the resources that has been added. And besides the table list, this format, we can also change the layout as the widget. So to change the layout of the display as the widgets, we need to click on the account and choose the user preference, and we slide down the group show type. If we change it as a widget, confirm, and we go back to the groups again, and we select the large group, and there will be a blue bar showed on the top, and if we click config, and we can select the group. We select the config group as sensor 1, which is a large group, So here you can draw. So you can draw the layout by yourself, or you can select one key to configure all. So here, if I click that, so the layout of this office sensors are displayed as this. So the system will create the layout for you automatically. If I use this, after you have created this, and we click Save, and we go back to the group again. So now you can see the layout of this group is displayed as the widget. And if you click it, it will show you the details of the resources. And after you have created the group, next thing, as you know, the office, they will always have different departments, and we want to allocate the groups to these different departments. So first thing is we need to create a department here. So we go to the system and departments and add a department. So to create department, I call it department 1, and department name is tech sports, and parent department I will not select that. So now I have created a tech support group. A tech support department, and now I can link different groups to this department. So if I click add a group, I can just choose these groups that I have already created to link them to this department. So I would choose office sensors 2 and confirm, and you will see that the groups has been linked to this department. And I can also link the employees to this department. So if I go to the employees tab and I click add employee, and I want the role of the employee to be a viewer here, and now if I select employee, so the test 1, if you remember, this is a user that we have just created. So if I select that, so the test 1 user will have a role of viewer. So this test 1 can only check the status of the devices, but cannot do anything to control these devices. And I can also set a validity period of this user. Like you can set a start time and end time. So this user will only be valid during this time period. So in our case, I would choose always valid. Okay, so now I have, for this department, this tech support department, now I have a sensor group that has been linked to it. And I also have a test 1 user to be linked to this department. So now if I log out, if I log out with the current account, and then log back in with the test 1. So now you see the test 1 account. Because it is a viewer, so it can only have the authority to view the group of office sensor 2. And there's no authority for this user to operate on these devices. So he can only so I can only check the status, like what is the current humidity and temperature, or the brightness, or to check the history of the sensors, the humidity and temperature. But I cannot do any operation to for example, to turn on the switches, or to trigger a scene. I cannot do anything. I cannot do anything with that. Okay, okay, now I log back in with the admin account. All right, I think this is what I want to introduce to. This is what I want to introduce today with the platform, the operation of this platform, and um, so you can check my slides with the part 2 and part 3 to get to know more information. So do you have any question about that? You can just let me know. All right. Any questions about this about today's training, or about anything about the platform? So this is so I saw a question. It says, is this already working in production, or this is still in development? so this so this enterprise solution platform is already in selling, and it can work properly already. So what I mean is, so normally, for if this platform is normally for some big projects with a lot of devices that need to be management in a central location, I will say. And in this case, sometimes these projects will have some sort of different requirements, such as um, some projects they will require the platform to have a pop-up window about the alarm push notifications, and this is currently something that we don't have. And if this project is really have this kind of requirements, and we can do some development based on the specific project requirements. But for the platform that I've introduced today, it is fully working, and and is in is in selling. Yes. Another question is the hardware comes with software? So yes, if you in my slide, sorry, I will go back to the slide. The slide, if you can see from my slide, this black box, this is the default hardware that has already been installed with the platform software. But for this black box, it can only support 50 smart stations license. So by default, if you purchase this black box, you will get 50 license of smart stations and 2,000 accessory license to be built in this black box. But if you want to if you want to manage more smart stations, like 100, you will need to apply another 50 license of the smart stations from us, and we will add that into the software before manufacturing. And on the other hand, you can also purchase the hardware by yourself, such as you can purchase some more powerful hardware by yourself, and we just sell the software to you, and you just install the software, the platform software, into your own hardware. In this case, you can make it you can manage a lot of smart stations, let's say maybe 200 or 300, etc. But for us, we just sell this. We sell this black box with hardware and software, but it can only support 50 smart station licenses. Since this enterprise has been running for some time, have you experienced any crash during the monitoring? According to my experience, I didn't have any crash with that. So the crash you mean, I think is like the device gets shut down suddenly, or device get offline, or smart station get offline, something like that. If you are referring to this kind of crash, from my experience, I didn't have this before. So admin has control of all smart stations that are registered with hardware. Yes, the admin account is the default account in the system. It has all the authorities to check and to control the devices. And I have missed something that I want to say is the users that you have created in the system, besides the default admin account, all the other users that you have created can only be logged into the front-end interface. The back-end interface is for the maintenance purpose, and only the admin account can log into this to the backend interface to do the maintenance and the management. All right, guys. Do you have any more questions? Um, if not, okay. The admin can override the particular smart station to monitor. Uh, so the admin, so only, so so let me let me explain in this way. So only the admin account can be used to add smart stations to the platform, because all the other users will not have the authority to do that. All right. So I think this is our training today, and we will have another training in the next week, and I wish to see you guys all at that time. Thanks. Bye bye.